Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to give you a tour of my accommodation. So I live in Mercury Point. Now this property was also called Liberty Keys before it was taken over by United Students. So now it is called Mercury Point. United Student is a accommodation company in the UK which have student accommodation in different part of the country. In Southampton there's two student accommodation by United Students. One is Orient Point, one is Mercury Point. I live in Mercury Point. This accommodation is sold out for 2023-2024 year. So if you're looking for this accommodation for year 2024 to 2025, maybe this video will help you a bit, and then you can decide if you want to stay in this accommodation or if you want to live in some another accommodation. So without any further delay, let's begin the video. So first of all, let's talk about the accommodation. This accommodation is very close to the city center. It's only 10 to 15 minutes walk to the West Quay, which is like the main shopping center. So most of the time if you want to go anywhere, that will be the place, and all the shops are nearby as well. So now what I'm going to do in this video is, I'm not going to make this video as a vlog style where I'm going to take you through everything in my accommodation, but what I will do is I'm gonna talk you through the whole video, and then there will be the videos of all the places I'm talking about on the screen. So first of all, let's talk about the whole building. So this Mercury Point have three separate blocks, so block A, B and C. So most of the people who go for the academic contract, which is usually from September to July, lives in either A or C block, and then you have the people who are booked for the whole year from September to September who lives in the B block. So one of the things which you can do after July is you can extend your contract. Now let's talk about the reception. So when you enter from the front, you can see the reception is straight in front. When you go to the reception, so you have your Mercury Point team, then there's a vending machine on the side which you can use to buy snacks if you are craving any snacks late at night. If you walk down, then you have your all letter boxes. So most of the letters are posted here, so you can go and regularly check if you have any letters under your name. Next to that is a laundry room which have dryers and washers. There's a circuit laundry app which you can use, and then you have to load the app with the money, and then you can pay for the laundry. Currently the laundry price is I think £3.30 for a wash and £1.90 for a dry, so that is total £5.20 for one wash and one dry. It's kind of expensive, but that's the rate in the UK. So that was also downstairs in reception. Now let's move on to the rooms and the kitchens. Now you can go to any floor you want, and then each floor will have like 4 to 5 flats. And now we are in my room. So of course you might have seen a bit of my room when I'm talking in the camera, but now I'm going to show you around my room. So you get two shelves here. You can use it to put different stuff on there. Then you have two boards which you can use to decorate it with different either quotes or photos or however you like. Then you have a very long table which stretch across the room, and you can use this as a study table. I have my TV, I have my Mac here, I have my monitor here. My TV does block a bit of window, but then again I recently bought the TV and I will be moving soon anyway. In terms of the windows, there's a lot of natural light coming in, so you can open the curtains, and there's a lot of light coming in during the day and during the morning. And there's very small window in the corner which does open a bit. So all of the student accommodations have this kind of windows, so you can't really open them fully because it says it is important. It's actually right on the window. It says, for your security and safety, restrictors are fitted to your window. Under no circumstances should they be removed or tampered with. Any damage will be charged. And it is still from Liberty Living, which I told you earlier. So they haven't replaced this one, but all of the windows are, they open to a certain angle and they don't open after that. So you really can't do anything from the window. You can open it, you get a bit of fresh air, but that's about it. And then you have one full size mirror which is attached to the wall, which is a good thing because it doesn't come in your way and it doesn't take up the space in your room as well. Then you have one wardrobe. It fit most of my clothes, but then again, more wardrobe space would have been nice. Now if you talk about the bed, it's a double bed. Now technically you can consider it as a single bed. There are more smaller beds than these in some of the accommodations which are very small for one person as well. This bed is perfect for a single person because you can move around as well. If you sleep with some other person, then it does get a bit congested, so you can consider these things as well. Now there's some space under the bed as well, so I use it as to put my old cardboard boxes, my suitcase, my shoes and any other irrelevant things which I don't want to see in my room. So I'll put it under the bed, and if I need it I'll take it out and put it back again when I'm finished with it. Now this is an ensuite room, which means you'll get your shower and your toilet in the room. If you talk about the shower is in a cubicle with a glass door. The space is very small, but it is enough for one person. The shower head is not detachable, so you can only move it around in a certain way, and it's not really flexible as well compared to some accommodation which offer you with a detachable shower head which you can move around. I personally prefer those ones because you have more flexibility, but we have to live with what we get. In terms of the bathroom, you get one sink, you get one toilet and then you have a bit of space there. There's one mirror and there's a small space which you can use as a toothbrush holder or however you like. So now that was all for the room. Now let's move on to the kitchen. There's a slab in the middle which you can use, you know, to cut your vegetables and everything. Then you have 4 electric hobs which works really good. Then you have one oven underneath it, and you also get one microwave as well. Apart from that, you do get one fridger and one fridge. You can divide it in different sections. There are other things in the kitchen as well. So you get one hoover which you can use in your own room as well. So you can take it to your room and then, you know, clean your room and everything. And you have your mop and mop bucket as well, plus some brush and a pan to pick up the dust as well. You also have 2 dustbins which you have to throw out regularly. So this kitchen doesn't get cleaned by anyone. In some accommodation, there's a cleaning team which comes either once a week or twice a week, and then they clean your kitchen, take out your rubbish and everything. But Mercury Point doesn't offer that. It used to do that before, but not anymore. So you have to take your own bins out. You have to buy your own bin bag. So you can either decide within yourselves that okay, one person will buy bin bag whenever it's finished, and like people will take out bag regularly. Like however you wanna decide, you can discuss among yourself. So you have to do that as well. So that's why they give you all this stuff like hoover, mop and everything, so you can keep your kitchen a bit tidy. Now in the kitchen you also get different cupboards, so you can divide the cupboards according to how many people you live and how you share things. These all things depend on who you are living with and everything, so you can decide this among yourself. And that was all for the kitchen. Now let's talk about what else we have in this Mercury Point. So basically you do not have anything else. There are other student accommodations which have common room. I think this is the only student accommodation I know which doesn't have a common room. So common room or communal space are basically where people can go and hang out. It might have pool table, table tennis, cinema room, gaming rooms, things like that. There are student accommodations in the UK and even in Southampton which offer these kind of facilities, but Mercury Point doesn't offer anything. So this is one of the drawbacks of Mercury Point. But one thing which I think could have turned into a common room but is not is Co-op downstairs. So this is one of the sub brand of the Co-op, and this is usually called cooperative food, and it is one of the most expensive grocery shop you can find. If you go to a normal Co-op, you'll find items cheaper. It is still expensive compared to Lidl and Asda, but the actual Co-op with the blue logo and everything is still a bit less expensive if you compare it to the Co-op which is in green and which says the cooperative food. It is one of the most expensive places. So if you live here, try to avoid it for your grocery shopping and everything. There are some items which are obviously the same price and you can buy it from here. So things like milks, bread, cereals, stuff like that. So you can buy it from here, but try to avoid your regular shopping. It's kind of like in a way during COVID, and especially like it's open till 11 at night. So it's really convenient because it's just downstairs. If I want to go anywhere else, it will be at least like 5 to 10 minutes walk from here. So in that way, it is kind of convenient. And in a way, I think that's why they have increased their price, because that's the convenience they're offering you. That's a completely different debate. Anyway, so that's what you get. You also have one smoking area where you can not just come here to smoke, but you can also sit here to relax, especially till afternoon. You get good sunlight, so if you want to sit somewhere on the bench, you can come and sit here as well. And if you want, you can lie down in the grass which is just in front as well, but not many people do that. So that was all for this Mercury Point and the facility you get. Not sure what will be the price for year 2024 to 2025, but if you're watching this video, hopefully you get a rough idea how this student accommodation is. Most of the times you don't really need to worry about anything. All of the things are seamless. You get water, you get electricity, the Wi-Fi is working most of the time. There was a big issue this year which I have never seen before. It was about the flooding in this Mercury Point. So if you want a video on that, put down in the comment section. I'll try to bring a whole video on that what happened and how exactly everything worked out. It's an interesting story. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comment section. Now this was all for the video. Hopefully you have got your answer if you want to live in Mercury Point or not. Many students who I've seen in Mercury Point were complaining that this is not really a good building. I should have taken this accommodation or that accommodation. But then again, they are paying almost half the amount they are supposed to pay in those other accommodations. They talk about those accommodation as in like they come in the same price and they have made a mistake, but they need to understand that the amount of money you are paying for one accommodation, you can't really expect all the things to be in that accommodation. If you're paying 120, 130 in one accommodation and then you compare it to an accommodation who is 200, 250 pound a week, then it's really not fair. If you really want the luxury, you have Vita. Even the United Students Orient Point is nice. It's not that expensive, but it's still really good properties next to Solent University as well. So if you want something really good, you can go to Studio Apartments. If you want something mediocre, you can go to Orient Point, but if you want to live in a budget, then the Mercury Point is one of the best place. But again, I'm not sure what will be the prices in future because of the inflation. Everything is getting expensive. I won't be surprised if it can be 150, and if this is 150, then I'm not sure what will the other accommodations who have, you know, more facilities. There might be 200 or even 250 as well. Everything is becoming expensive in the UK. The food, travel, living, and then the wages are not increasing that much, and they have also increased the visa fees and everything. So if you're looking for accommodation, and if you're looking for this accommodation, and you think the common room and everything is worth extra paying for in other accommodation, you can do that as well. But to be honest with you, you can find friends in different accommodations, so you can go to their accommodation and, you know, enjoy those things, and you can save a bit of money yourself if this accommodation or even, like, you know, other accommodations which are cheaper. And if you like them and if you can get them, I'll definitely suggest that. But then again, it depends on personal circumstances. So hopefully this video might have helped you a bit to make your decision. Now, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more content from me, hit the subscribe button. There'll be more videos on your screen coming right now. You can have a look at that, and then I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.